people are afraid of letting black people build.
So I want y'all to go back and watch that video of that young lady saying that white people will not allow black people to build their communities up because they are afraid of retribution. I used to think that, but then I started thinking a little bit more. White people literally cannot function outside of the delusion of white supremacy. This is what I mean. So psychologically, whenever somebody experiences a cognitive distortion, they can either become very solemn or very violent. Usually it's violent. You ever notice how white people react when you try to remove them from the delusion of white supremacy? Or from the delusion of white cultural centering? Or from the delusion that white people created anything? See, I really love this creator because she is a model minority who utilizes her model minority status in order to intercept and deconstruct white supremacy. And when she does that, what happens is that usually there are a bunch of genuinely stupid, and TikTok, you can't get me this time because I'm utilizing the textbook definition of stupid, which is to behave as if though you are in a haze or stupor. So yes, stupid. Poorly educated, usually Caucasian people who did not pay enough attention in class to purchase a minute of their time, but they want to tell me about what it means to be black. Let's continue. So yes, there are some white people who are afraid of retribution. There are other white people who literally cannot function unless they are under the delusion that white people are superior. Here's the reason why though. Because those people are usually poor white people. The white people who were usually in the most competition with enslaved black people and black people in sharecropping Jim Crow South. Odie, why is this relevant? It's not by design that most of these places that were burned down or torn down by white people were black enclaves of wealth. The government didn't do any of these things. They just looked past the white people who did it. This is the reason why wealthy white people only care about poor white people as far as they continue to engage in capitalism, because they can use poor white people as pawns to usurp black people, because they know that these white people, poor uneducated white people, will fight for their right harder to be a superior white than to set up equitable systems for all poor people that include black people. Why is white superiority central in all of this? Because poor white people, if they don't have white supremacy and white superiority, I firmly believe would start doing things terribly to themselves because the weight of their mediocrity would fall onto and collapse their internalized supremacy. That's the reason why people like DeSantis are fighting so hard for the removal of critical race theory. Because DeSantis and a bunch of other white people know that without white supremacy, a lot of y'all would be mediocre. And it's not just about being mediocre. You would be worse than a black. I got the drop on y'all.